They carried no rifles, wore no uniforms, and yet, they were some of the most dangerous operatives in the war. They moved in silence, lied with precision, killed if they had to. They were women, they were spies, and most of the world never knew their names. This is the story of the daring female agents of World War II, the unsung heroines who changed the course of history from the shadows. During World War II, espionage was a deadly game. But as men filled the trenches, a new generation of female spies quietly stepped into the shadows. Trained in sabotage, radio transmission, cryptography, and disguise, these women were sent deep behind enemy lines. They became the eyes and ears of the Allied forces, gathering intelligence, leading resistance networks, and carrying out sabotage missions with nerves of steel. The Nazis called them the most dangerous weapons Britain ever used. History forgot most of their names. But today we remember, born in Moscow, raised in Paris, and descended from Indian royalty, Noor Inayat Khan was an unlikely spy. She was a writer, a pacifist, and a Muslim. But when the Nazis invaded France, she joined Britain's Special Operations Executive, the SOA, and trained as a wireless operator. In 1943, she was dropped into occupied France. Her job, send coded messages from a hidden radio, while the Gestapo hunted her relentlessly. She moved constantly, transmitting from rooftops and abandoned buildings. She refused extraction, knowing she was the last wireless link for the resistance in Paris. Eventually betrayed, Noor was captured, tortured, and sent to Dachau. Even under brutal interrogation, she never revealed a single name. Her last word before execution was one of defiance: Liberté. Violette Szabo was only 23, a mother, a widow, half French, half British, but full of fire. After her husband was killed in North Africa, Violette joined the SOA and trained in sabotage, combat, and covert ops. She parachuted into occupied France in 1944. Her mission: coordinate resistance cells and sabotage German transport lines. But during a mission, her unit encountered German soldiers. Violette held off the enemy with a machine gun while her comrades escaped. Captured, she was brutally interrogated and eventually deported to Ravensbrück concentration camp. Survivors remembered her spirit. Even in chains, Violette remained defiant, teaching others to resist, even from within a prison. She was posthumously awarded the George Cross, Britain's highest civilian honor. They called her the White Mouse because she was impossible to catch. Nancy Wake was a New Zealand-born journalist living in France when the war began. Outraged by Nazi brutality, she became a courier, a smuggler, a fighter, and eventually one of the most feared resistance leaders in France. By 1943, the Gestapo had placed a 5 million franc bounty on her head. She fled to Britain, trained with the SOA, and returned to France by parachute. Nancy led thousands of Maquis resistance fighters. She blew up bridges, ambushed German convoys, and once killed an SS officer with her bare hands to protect a fellow operative. Fearless, sharp-tongued, and deadly, Nancy said after the war, "I hate wars and violence. But if they come, then I don't see why we women should just wave our men a proud goodbye and then knit them balaclavas." Odette Sansom, a mother of 3, joined the SOA after sending a letter offering her services to the British government. She was trained in spycraft, photography, and secret communications, then dropped into occupied France in 1942. Eventually betrayed, she was arrested by the Gestapo. What followed was nearly 2 years of torture, beatings, starvation, solitary confinement. But she never broke. Even when her captors faked a letter saying her children had died, she refused to talk. Odette survived Ravensbrück. After the war, she said, "They had my body, but not my soul." She became the first woman awarded the George Cross while still alive. To the Nazis, she was the most dangerous Allied spy in France. To her friends, she was just Virginia Hall, a Baltimore-born American with a wooden leg named Cuthbert. After being rejected by the US Foreign Service for her disability, she joined the British SOA and became a legend. Virginia posed as an elderly French milkmaid while organizing sabotage missions, radio drops, and guerrilla attacks across France. When the Gestapo closed in, she escaped across the Pyrenees, on foot, despite her prosthetic leg. Later, she returned to France as an agent for the American OSS, helping prepare resistance networks for D-Day. The Nazis never caught her, the Allies never forgot her, and today she's considered one of the most successful spies in American history. These women didn't serve for fame, they served for freedom. They weren't just spies, they were messengers, fighters, saboteurs, and leaders. They fought two wars, one against the Nazis, and another against the expectations of a world that didn't believe women belonged on the battlefield. Most returned to quiet lives. Few received the recognition they deserved. But today we remember them. Their bravery changed the war. Their silence protected thousands, and their stories still burn brightly, even after decades in the dark. Follow Time Chronicles to honor more heroes that history forgot. Until now.